Hey, welcome, welcome. I heard your truck coming up the street. I've been waiting all morning. I'm super stoked. Yeah, you've got my new saltwater aquarium there. That's a monster. Oh my goodness. So you're just gonna be able to put it up in the garage, right? You can wheel it up to the garage, right? Awesome. Oh man. That's how you get it off there, huh? Oh! Oh my God, my heart just dropped into my stomach. You should have warned me. I think I had a heart attack.
I think you give a lot of customers a heart attack.
I believe it. Okay, let's back up a second. Now I thought the wheels of the pallet jack were gonna roll off the end of the lift gate and then the whole thing was gonna come crashing down on the street. But what really happens is it just drops the pallet onto the lift gate. Whew, I'm glad this guy knew what he was doing, but he could have warned me. That's super hardcore. I can't believe you can even move that. You got some muscles. Don't hit that race car. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but perfect. Actually, can you put that jack back in there and go like another foot or two? That way a couple people can stand behind here, because I have a feeling we're moving it by hand with suction cups. Yeah, that's good right there. Awesome. Do not sign for this shipment until you have thoroughly inspected for any damage. Shipper's not responsible. So let's crack that open and make sure it's not damaged. And then don't damage it opening it, right? Ooh, lots of goodies in here. Pretty exciting. Man, there's a lot of parts here. Would you mind video recording me? All right, Jeremiah, I'm not going to keep you here all day because I don't see anything broken in this tank. Of course, something could be compromised, but probably not. The way this is packed, they do this all the time. You did an amazing job. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Let me sign that. Okay, so I got it delivered here into the garage and inspected. It looks great. But it's not the garage that I want it in. I want it in the house. But I don't even know how that's going to happen. I'm certainly not getting it in the house by myself. And I don't really have any young people around that are strong. So I'm going to have to come up with a solution to this problem. I'm not really sure what that is yet. All right, now it gets crazy. Look at this stuff. Page after page after page of assembly. This thing, it's going to take a while. You know how you know it's going to take a while? Just by the parts list. If you see the parts list here, check this out. This is the number of parts. There's 71 of these little parts. So there's a lot of pieces to put together here to make basically a rectangle frame with some wood around it. It seems simple, but I got stuck on number one. I couldn't quite understand how this went together up here, but it's just like the photo. Concentrate on what the picture is and do it exactly as the picture. Shouldn't be that hard. So here it goes. Okay, so the first thing I did was unbox everything out in the garage and carry in the pieces I need to assemble the stand. Then I laid a blanket down to protect all the wooden pieces. And now it was time to get started. Okay, so one thing I noticed right off the bat is some of these parts are pre-assembled and they're not all the way tightened down. So you want to check all these pre-assembled parts, like these things right here, that were already put in, and you want to go through and make sure that actually all of them are tight. I found that they're not, so I went ahead and tightened them all up. Stop it. Stop. God dang it. Okay, so this is what I have after one day of assembly. We won't call it a day because it was probably like 3 hours, but that was unpacking the box, going through all the things, looking at the manual a bunch of times. And once you get in a rhythm, you can get moving pretty fast. But I'm really taking my time. I wanted to do a step-by-step video, and I started recording that, but then it's just really absurd because this is only step 16 of 65. So that video, I mean, like I'm telling you, this is taking me hours. So we'll see how long it takes when we get to the end of all of this, but this is only step 16 of 65. But it's starting to look like a box, like a stand, so I'm getting close. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm going to put these crossbars on next, step 17, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've pretty much got the structure of the frame here. Now what I'm going to do while I got the bottom here where the adjustable feet go, I'm going to go around and hand tighten all of these. Now you have to be careful with these that you don't over tighten and shear them off, because you can certainly do that. They're not super strong. You just want these nice and snug. At least I'm guessing. It doesn't say that, it's just picture instructions. But it's got to hold up a lot of weight. I want all this stuff tight. I'm not going to get back under here to tighten it later. So make sure it's all tight. Once I was convinced it was all snugged up, it was time to put the bottom on. Or wait, is it the top? Well, it's the part the aquarium sits on, so I guess it's the top. Now time for the wooden trim, and my dog Austin insisted on helping me with this part. Once I had that on, it was time to put the ends on. One side here, down on my knees. Had to get down on my knees both times, get the other side on. Well, this is starting to look like something. I'm getting excited now, and I'm moving faster. Next up, the leveling feet. Put the leveling feet in. This is awesome. I can flip it over. We're going to put the glass on here soon. All right, I was really excited because I'm on step 39. I have to put in these little guys right here. that I imagine hold plumbing. Pretty cool. And then I get down here in the diagram, it goes on this pillar right here. And there's no holes, like in the picture. So then I come around over here, and there's the holes. I've got this piece on backwards. So now I gotta take off all of this and flip that around and put it back together. You have to look super close at these pictures. I mean, look super close at the pictures. Otherwise, you're taking it apart. That's what I gotta do now. Wait a second. Didn't I give that advice earlier? Concentrate on what the picture is and do it exactly as the picture. Shouldn't be that hard. That was on step 1. And these parts, turns out these are the step 1 parts that I did wrong. So I got the piece out that I had turned around the wrong way. And so now I'm curious, looking at it, because this one doesn't have any holes on the outside. Guess what? This one's backwards too. I got to take this one out, because if you look here, I've got sets of screws here. Those are for the outside panels, but there's holes on this side. Somehow, when I was looking at the diagram before, I just built it how I thought it was in the picture, but you really have to take a close look. So these are the outside holes, but I can say I meant to do that, because now I'm going to mount those things up on the counter instead of bending over, and I'll mount those little holders for the plumbing is what I guess they're for, and then we'll put these in the right way. It's going to cost me 10-12 minutes of extra time, but not a big deal. I went ahead and mounted the I guess they're plumbing holders on there. Now I'm going to put it back in, and the good news is I only have one more step before I can flip this over and put the aquarium on the top, and that's putting the back panel on. So that's why I needed this to be turned around. Those are the holes for the back panel. So let's go ahead and install this and screw it all back on. Hi buddy, are you helping? Are you helping me? What I do like, I'm going to show you one more thing. Even if you kind of mess this up, these little pieces, I don't know if you can see them, they have little grooves there that go right into notches on here. Everything on this has like a guide pin or a notch so that it all aligns good. So you don't have to worry if you got it in straight, because it has a holder, like that little groove right there. So I'm going to put this back in. You can feel it snap right into the groove. Very cool. Yeah, so even though it's a lot of steps, it's super well thought out. Okay, so now it's time for the panels on the back side of the aquarium, and they're just thin. But one thing that the manual doesn't tell you is which side is the inside and which side is the outside. And they're symmetrical, so you really could put it on either way. So maybe help me out here. One side's shiny and one side's kind of rough. I'm gonna go with the rough side on the outside against the wall and the shiny down inside the sump, because I think it would just be easier to clean splashes or like salt creep off of a shiny surface than say the kind of rough surface. But the manual doesn't really address it, it's just photos and you can't tell. So we're gonna go with rough side out. Let's put these on. And when I say let us, I mean me, I'll put these on. Okay, so I'm putting the back cover on, and the holes that go across the center beam, I look down here and there's no hole lining up. I look at this and I'm like, oh, there's foam on here and there's no hole. Well, the reason there's foam on here is because there's a glass sump that fits inside. I have this facing to the outside. So now I got to take all the center beams out and flip them over so that that foam side is on the inside and the holes for the back are on the outside. Man, I'm telling you, these little pictures with these little zoom ins and these tiny little holes, it's hard to look at. So if you're getting a G2 Red Sea, I'm glad you watched this video so you don't make these mistakes. After so many mistakes, I thought I better consult this manual again. You know what I wasn't even thinking about? These manuals are online. What am I doing with this thing? Get out my phone, go to the Red Sea site, right there on the support page, manuals. I'm gonna click on the manuals. I have a reefer, SG2 Plus. Go on there, S1000, download it. Manuals. Oh, aquarium cabinet manual. That's what I want. Let's open that. Ta-da! Awesome. Got the manual right there. And look what you can do. I can scroll through here. Oh, here's that step 1 pictures I didn't understand. Oh, look at that. Pinch and zoom. There's the holes. I can see what direction. Even better yet, bigger screen. Got my little old iPad Mini 4 out here. Got a bigger screen. This is how you can do it. I would suggest just taking this thing and get it on your phone or on your iPad, and you can pinch and zoom and then avoid the mistakes that I was making. This is how you do it. I'm gonna go put the back of that thing on there, and then it's time to get the aquarium on top of the stand. Let's go!